Right, hello. So my name's Celia Gaze and I'm the Managing Director of the Wellbeing Farm Wedding Venue. I was first attracted to Infusionsoft because I needed a system which would help me coordinate and run and manage all the weddings and the wedding bookings that we had at the farm. At the time before I got Infusionsoft, I was using a mixture of Excel spreadsheets, a paper-based diary, and we were just not coping with the volume of weddings, trying to coordinate and trying to market them. We weren't effectively chasing people up, and to be quite honest, we kind of used to have just paper files for the weddings and had no record of putting everything together or how we effectively manage them all. So I was looking for a system on what we could use, and I came across Infusionsoft, and although it is predominantly a marketing system, it seemed to incorporate everything, and also the best companies in the world seem to be using Infusionsoft. So I thought, well, I'm just going to use the system that the top companies seem to be using. So I set about trying to find how I could get the complexity of a wedding into a system of Infusionsoft. And I'll be honest, I met with Julian, and prior to this I had mapped out on the wall over a series of around 8 A1 size flip charts the entire wedding process, from initial inquiry right through to the end result of delivering a wedding. Now, you might thought this was an incredible thing to map out, because it was very, very hard not only to map it out, but the complexities of what you're dealing with. You're selling a wedding which is on average a kind of an expensive product. It's absolutely got to be right, so you can't have any mistakes. So the system that you use has got to be absolutely foolproof, and not leave anything to chance. You can understand when dealing with brides and their big day, this is so important. So I met with Julian, and through the course of at least a whole day, Julian took what was in my brain and somehow managed to translate it into a system, onto a kind of package or I'll sort of go back. What's it called? The thing what you've created. Is it called? It's not called system. It's pipeline, isn't it?
Oh, sales pipeline.
So I took this series of 7 spreadsheets and worked with Julian to create a sales pipeline right from initial inquiry right through to the delivery of a wedding. So not only was Infusionsoft being used as a sales marketing tool, but also has transformed into an operational management tool for the delivery of weddings too. So to have one system which will not only market the weddings but also deliver them is just amazing for us. So having mapped out this, and it was a really complex thing to map out, we worked with Julian to put all of this into the sales pipeline, and then we have a team of people who, when anybody comes, and we run wedding open days, we run wedding fairs, have wedding inquiries through the website. They come in the reams of around 80 inquiries a week, and everyone is put into Infusionsoft, and then we use that to have different stages of marketing, and we literally do have around 30 pipeline stages from initial inquiry right through to the delivery of a wedding. So it's complex. Now, in terms of the benefits of kind of what this has delivered, I mean, we have gone from when I met Julian, we were running 2 weddings. And when we implemented Infusionsoft, and we're now just over 2 years later, running this year, it's about 54 weddings. So to go from 2 weddings to 54 weddings in the space of 2 years is incredible. This is with no advertising. This is with implementing a system which actively collects the data of the customers and then uses that to do proactive marketing to chase them, because and we chase them every month through it, and we use Infusionsoft for emails to run the wedding fairs, to market about wedding open open days, to run monthly newsletters. So it's a whole spectrum of different sort of communication with that. And not only do we use it for the marketing, but we capture every single element of the wedding, from what canapes to what food they're having, to the drink, to how many guests, to the dietary requirements. So for using Infusionsoft in a hospitality situation, it does really work well. And the results have been kind of staggering, from going to the volume of inquiries we get to being able to manage those, to the conversion rate for all the weddings. It's just been unbelievable. And I do put it down to having a much more control over my business since the implementation of Infusionsoft. I just can't rate Julian highly enough. Unbelievable for somebody to even think about what's going in my head, but yet to take my 7 flip charts and translate them into a system which has had such phenomenal results in my business is unbelievable. And we've just won Lancashire Wedding Venue of the Year, and I've just put that down to having really good systems in place, of which Infusionsoft has absolutely got to be one of the main systems that we have. And so in terms of how many stars would I rate Julian, I have absolutely no hesitation whatsoever in giving Julian Mills 5 stars for his work. So, there you go.
Thank you very much. Perfect.
Is that all right?
Brilliant, that, thanks, yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah.